Well, good morning. It is Wednesday, March 23rd, and welcome to another edition of the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Dr. Michael Prince, and man, do we have a show for you today. It is so much going on right now, I don't even know if we'll have enough time to get everything in on today. We do understand about the Brussels attack. We will have to touch on that. Got to keep you abreast of what's going on with the delegates in the race for the Oval Office. And I would be remiss if I were to act like an ostrich with his head in the sand with trouble in paradise. I'm talking about the struggle on the Hill with PVAMU Sports. We got a lot to talk about today. We'll cut out and come right back. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show live on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Keep it where you got it. We'll be right back. You're listening to Community Radio on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas.
It's a medical breakthrough. Doctors are prescribing something new to help prevent cancer and improve survival rates. But you don't get it filled at the pharmacy. The answer is as close as your local supermarket. That's right. Research has shown that a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, beans, whole grains, and other high-fiber vegetarian foods protects against cancer and can even help survival rates. Side effects of a vegetarian diet include increased energy, lower cholesterol levels, and better overall health. And with the right recipes, a high-fiber vegetarian diet can be a delicious way to help shed those unwanted pounds. So, stock up today. For a free nutrition booklet filled with delicious cancer-fighting recipes, visit cancerproject.org or call 866-906-WELL. That's 866-906-WELL. This message brought to you by the Cancer Project, committed to preventing cancer and improving survival.
While cutting molding with a 12-inch dual compound miter saw, while holding a newborn baby in your arms, when face-to-face with a congregation of alligators, with the ball in your hands and the entire freaking season on the line.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting, so why would you do it while driving? NASCAR driver Casey Kane here, asking you to please stop the text, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Get the message at stoptextstopwrecks.org.
What if I told you that for $36 you could make a big difference? At $36 a year, you can become a listening partner with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. This annual donation would help us continue the success of our broadcast throughout Waller County. Visit our website at ktorradio.com and become a listening partner today. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Dr. Michael Prince, and welcome to the Michael Prince Show. We are live from the studios of the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and the tragedy continues with the Brussels attacks. According to the Belgian report, there was one arrest made on this morning as a result of the attacks that have taken place, and the alleged two bombers that were murdered, or not murdered, but were killed in this attack were two brothers. And the details are still kind of sketchy on everything that's going on. But it just goes to show that when you're dealing with people who have declared this to be a holy war, and I want you to hear me real closely on that. They've declared these attacks. See, what you and I are looking at is what senseless, cowardly acts these are. When these are acts of heroism, as far as they're concerned. They are putting their lives on the line. They're making the ultimate sacrifice to give their bodies, to give their lives, in order to fulfill the wishes of their God. And when you get a person that is that committed, that deeply rooted, embedded in their faith and how they believe and what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, that's a tough hill to climb. And that is what we're dealing with. And I think the average person, they say, well, you just go over there and you bomb them and wipe them all out. Well, yeah, you can bomb a whole lot of people, but it's not going to change the mindset. I mean, what do you do? Just keep killing a whole slew of people off? This has been declared a holy war. And because it is of that magnitude, the stakes will continually to be high. You know, and as a result, now you have your candidates for president spilling off and making their comments on these deals. If I were in charge, what I would do. And, you know, to be honest with you, it doesn't matter who's in charge, because this is something, unfortunately, that has become a way of life as we know it. This is just going to be a dogfight until the Lord returns himself. I mean, it is just really no other way to look at this, that these people are dedicated to their faith, they're dedicated to their cause, and they are moving on a mission. What they feel like, everyone that dies, they have a big celebratory festival and say, hey, you know what? They gave up for the will of the Lord. Let's celebrate them. Let's remember them. Let's not let their death be in vain. So then they strap the next person up and they go and make it happen. And that's a tough act to follow. That is an extremely tough act to follow. We heard some reports that a mother lost her life, but her 3-year-old twins were able to survive. So now these kids will have to adjust to life without mom, and hopefully the father was somewhere else where he could survive to help mend those broken pieces. But our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to the Brussels victims and survivors, as it is really and truly out of control right now. And speaking of out of control, this presidential race is really becoming the tale of two, to be quite honest with you. Although there has been the latest rally from the Republican side to try and get the Trump train off tracks, if you will. Jeb Bush has come out to support Cruz, as the delegates are now rounding up and shaping out. Arizona and Utah let their voices be heard on last night, and the Trump train continues to roll on. So does the Hillary Clinton train. Right now, the latest that we have as far as the delegates and the totals needed for the Republican Party, the total number of delegates needed is 2,472. Right now, Trump has 741 of those required votes or tallies, if you will, and Cruz has 461. That is still a relatively close race, and now with Jeb Bush supporting Cruz and every other anti-Trump person coming out on the scene trying to make sure that Trump does not get in, because they're starting to I guess realize that Trump pretty much would not be the answer in the eyes of the Republican Party, but Trump is on a roll, and his followers, you can talk about them, but he's got them showing up. He's got them doing whatever they need to do to come out and make a statement. Whatever ploy he is using, it is falling on the ears of people who are motivated enough to go out and support this man. Whether you agree to disagree with him or not, he's got the people stirred up. Now, you can talk about him, call him backwood country, racist, and whatever. They still have a vote. And Trump has had the magic beans, if you will, that the people are eating up. It seemed like all over the place, people that you would least suspect to be a Trump supporter. You know, he has done his due diligence, and I want you to understand and hear me that the man is not crazy. He's doing something, and so if people want to counter this, they need to take note on what he's doing and how he's doing and try to find an antidote to try to counter some of the things he's doing. Now, meanwhile, on the Democratic side, there are a total of 4,765 delegates needed, and right now Hillary Clinton has 1,711. Mr. Sanders has 939. Arizona was handled by Hillary Clinton while Sanders took care of Utah. Now, according to a CNN poll, 71% of America's population believe that Hillary Clinton will be the next president. 71%. That's a large amount. And then 21% believe that Donald Trump will be the next president. So mathematically speaking, that's 92%. Or the other 8% not going to vote, or they just don't care, or I guess it was so watered down that they didn't fail to mention the other 8% and who, what, when, where, and how they're going to do whatever they're doing. But whatever the case may be, the people are speaking and the polls are shaping out. Now, that November 8th poll November 8th is when you go out to the polls to declare who's going to be the next president for the United States. But if I may, I need to slide just a little bit to those who may be listening to this show that live within the local communities of this show's base, which is in Prairie View, Texas, where yours truly, Dr. Michael Prince, is running for the office of mayor. Now, I normally do not add all of this in here, but why not? If you have an audience and you have a platform and you got some substance, why not share what it is you're doing, why you're doing it, and how the people could help you. As mentioned, I am running for the office of mayor for the city of Prairie View. I have 3 other opponents that are running against me for this particular office, and I really believe that I would be the best choice for the position. Not that there's a knock on any of the other opponents that are running. Very highly capable young men that are involved in this race, but if you really go pound for pound, compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges, as far as what the city needs and how the city is getting there, I think my record would speak for itself to go ahead and solidify that starting April 15th with the early voting. And the early voting goes from April 15th to April 25th. And then what I call D-Day, the actual election day, will be on May 7th. And that's when the people will determine who will be the next mayor for the city of Prairie View. Now, I do have a website that you could go and visit where you can see for yourself, even hear for yourself, what is going on and how it's going on. As a matter of fact, we have another Meet the Candidates debate today at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the community. And I'm assuming that all candidates would be there, but I know who will be there, and that's yours truly. So you can come on out to St. Francis Episcopal Church off of Dooley Street in Prairie View, Texas, and come see, hear for yourself, or you can listen to our network here at Open Mic Broadcast Network at KTORradio.com, in particular on that particular site, and listen to the debates, because we do record all debates. And the reason we do that, because we want people to vote on facts, not necessarily popularity and things of that nature, but who's going to be the true workman for the city to get what needs to be done. And I believe that in my case, I've been able to prove that. I can state a fact that the new school that will be replacing the Jones Elementary School in the city of Prairie View was part of my handiwork. And there's no boasting or bragging about that. And the one thing that I have hated to do was to sit up and boast and promote what all I've done. But I'm finding out that if the people don't know, they just don't know, and who better to tell them than myself. But you can see all that and read all that and get all the information that you need to do, so you can make a wise choice as an informed voter. And go to my website at michaelprinceformayor.com. That is MichaelPrince, all one word, the number 4, mayor.com. That's michaelprinceformayor.com. Go in, listen to the debates, read my history, check out my service report, and you determine if I'm worthy enough to represent you and this community as the mayor. I've told this, and I stand on this. There are 4 options, but there's only one choice, and that's Dr. Michael W. Prince for mayor for the city of Prairie View. We are going to take us a break, and when we come back, we've got to talk about it. There is trouble in paradise. Don't know what's going on, don't know how we got here, but we are going to talk about the happenings on the Hill at Prairie View A&M University, in particular, the world of sports. Keep it where you got it. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Mike Prince Show live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You're listening to Community Radio on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas. Apple Ford Hyundai is a dealer you can count on. Apple's range of car services include new Ford Hyundai sales, used car sales, car loans, and auto financing. Certified Ford Hyundai Auto Service Department, full selection of Ford Hyundai auto parts and aftermarket accessories. Come on out to Brenham, Texas, and find out why Apple Ford Hyundai has been named the best kept secret in Brazos Valley. They're located at 1820 Highway 290 West in Brenham, Texas. You can dial their toll-free number at 888-898-6095. There's even an internet sales division. Simply go to www.appleford.com. Apple Ford Hyundai of Brenham, Texas.
Okay, astronaut, you're up. You'll be meeting with Wish Kid Brandon.
Roger, Brandon.
His wish is to see a space shuttle launch.
All systems are go. We are clear for liftoff.
This year, more than 27,000 children will be diagnosed with a life-threatening medical condition.
And, Cowboy?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be meeting with Shayla at a dude ranch in San Antonio.
Let's saddle up.
Some will miss school. Some will miss time with their family and friends.
Princess, are you here?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for rescuing me from that evil witch.
Juliana wishes for a princess-themed room makeover.
That sounds magical.
But with your help, the Make-A-Wish Foundation can lift their spirits and give them a special kind of hope.
Pirate!
Yar!
You're up for Isaac's wish.
Aye, aye, Captain.
The wishes of thousands of children are waiting to come true.
You can help make my wish happen. Visit wish.org today.
With over 20 years of experience as a lawyer, attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. can help you with whatever your need may be. Divorce, car accidents, criminal case, wills, deeds, trust, civil suits, parent and child relationships. Contact Richardson's Law Office located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. You can call them at 979-826-8008. Attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. in Hempstead, Texas. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Dr. Michael Prince. I want to remind you that you can follow us on Twitter at OBN_radio. We're on Instagram at OBN-Radio. We're on iHeartRadio at OBN Sports. We're on Spreaker.com at Open Mic Broadcast Network. That is OPEN, capital MIC. One word, Broadcast Network. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Now, I've gotten my political shimmy out of the way. I do hope that it resonated within your thinking, man. But now it's time for us to move forward to the world of sports. There is some rumbling and some grumblings going on in the athletic world on the campus of Prairie View, and I hate to be one to even bring stuff like this up, but I would be less of a person of credibility if I do not bring this particular topic up. According to the USA Today, the Prairie View A&M University athletic department have relieved head coach Dawn Brown of her basketball duties, according to some Title IX issues. Now, I'm going to read to you the story as I have. This is based from 12 hours ago, KPNX News 12 News, an NBC affiliate. And this is by way of the USA Today. It says, Prairie View A&M announced Tuesday evening that Dawn Brown will not return as the women's basketball coach next season. Brown said she was fired for allegedly violating Title IX by enforcing a team rule that she says was approved by the school's Title IX coordinator. Now, this is a quote from Brown. Clearly, I feel betrayed and unjustly penalized by this action, unquote. Brown said in a statement to the USA Today Sports. Prairie View A&M University Athletic Director Ashley Robinson declined to comment through the school spokesperson. Brown removed 2 members on her team during the season for having a dating relationship. She said that the relationship broke a team's rule that she put in place before the season. The rule said players may not have non-professional relationships with other players, coaches, managers, trainers, or any other persons affiliated with the program. The former players filed a complaint that said their dismissal was based on sexual orientation and that it is a violation of the Title IX, the law that bans discrimination based on sex as schools receiving federal funds. That's the bomb right there. And I'll read that part again. It said that the former players filed a complaint that their dismissal was based on sexual orientation and that it violated the Title IX, the law that bans discrimination. That bans discrimination based on sex as schools receiving federal funds. The USA Today Sports obtained a memorandum written by Catherine Smock, the school's special assistant to the president for compliance, and it says an investigation found that the players, in fact, removed from the team because they were dating relationships and that they experienced discrimination because of their sexual orientation. It says the team rule violated Title IX as well as Texas A&M system policy. Brown said, wow, she instituted the rule after an assistant coach was fired for having an inappropriate relations with the player. Brown said that she collaborated with her Title IX officer in drafting the rule. Brown also said that 2 former players were suspended indefinitely but retained their scholarships and remained at the school. Brown also said that the former players were punished for breaking other team rules that she declined to specify. Brown said the decision to remove the players was extremely difficult for me, but was made with the consultation, encouragement, and approval of the athletic director. Brown's agent, Gary Rosenfield, said the school gave his client a choice to resign or to be terminated for cause. And he quoted as saying, "We definitely think this is the case of scapegoating," he said, unquote. Dennis Cordell, the president of Coaches Incorporated, a sports marketing agency, said Brown will appeal. "We feel she has been wrongfully terminated. Rosenfeld and Brown will have 5 days to appeal after she receives the evidence based on her determination from the school." He said that he has yet to receive those materials. Don Brown led the Panthers to the 2014 Southwestern Athletic Conference Championship and the 16th seed in the NCAA tournament that same year, when they lost to Connecticut 87-44 in the first round. Don Brown was 41-51 in 3 seasons as head coach for Panthers basketball, including a 13-15 record this season. Wow. 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 That's all I can really say based upon a lot of people are going like, well, exactly what is Title IX? I hear Title IX, and what is Title IX? Title IX is a piece of legislation that was introduced in the Education Amendment in 1972. It required that schools that receive federal funds provide girls and women with an equal opportunity to compete in sports. So now the young ladies were able to compete in athletics just like everyone else, or just like men in this case. So with the Title IX, you got a lot of heavy blows that are being thrown in this piece that was just written here. And this is the beginning of something that is appearing to be a very, very ugly battle ahead. And I really hate to see that things have come to that. But when the dust settles and when the rubber meets the road, that's what happens when livelihoods or a state, you get a lot of personal vibes and things. This is rough. This is rough. Don Brown, who led these Lady Panthers and, did a very good job. And now she's on the outside looking in. The young ladies are saying that they were discriminated against. And any time that you bring up something of being discriminated against is something that you can't take lightly. It's something that must be thoroughly investigated. And it is something that is very, very serious, whether we're talking about federal funding or not. When you discriminate, ostracize individuals, it just makes life difficult for everybody. And with that being the case, you really and truly gotta ask yourself what's going on. How is this going to end? When is it going to end? Dawn Brown had 1 year left on her contract for Prairie View, and you wonder how all this is going to come about right now. She has lawyered up, as they like to see it, and we'll see exactly where all of this unfolds and how it unfolds. And you hate to see that kind of black eye on the Prairie View athletic program, which is a program that was actually doing a lot of good things and still doing a lot of good things. But just like everything else in life, you have your peaks and your valleys, and you can only stand on the truth, and you can only work with the facts. And when the dust settles, and everything else has come to a head, hopefully this can be resolved where people can at least look at each other and respect each other for who they are and what they are. But you got trouble in the camp right now, and this is just the beginning. We don't know where this is all going to go, how it's going to unfold. We will do our due diligence to make sure that we try to keep an ear to the ground, not for the gossip, more or less, but for the facts to come out and for the truth to really be told and clearly sought after, because that's what we stand for here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Yes, I'm a PV alumnus, but I would like to think that I do stand on facts. I'm not so biased that I don't ask the prudent questions, the tough questions, to try to get to the source and the core of things, because that's what good journalism, good broadcasting is all about. Even if it's trouble in paradise, if you will, we got to make sure that we here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network are standing for truth. And as long as we're standing for truth, we'll be all right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back. We're going to talk about the men's basketball side, and you may have heard our exclusive interview on that, but we'll touch on that in just a little bit. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show. We're going to take a break. We're more than halfway home now, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no sense of stopping now. Keep it where you got it. We'll be right back. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals, the Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your need. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, dial 936-857-9566. It's a new year, and that means tax season is here. And Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661. Hello, this is Mike Prince, the host of the Mike Prince Show, featured right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Just wanted to share with you that we have our app available where you can go and download it at Google Play absolutely free. You'll never miss another show. You can catch up with old archives, and you can pass it on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The Mike Prince Show app available at Google Play absolutely free. Talk that makes sense. The Mike Prince Show, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Has your vehicle been giving you the blues? Contact our good friends at Larry's Automotive at 30540-FM1488 in the Field Store area. Now 936-931-5566. Apple Ford Hyundai is a dealer you can count on. Apple's range of car services include new Ford Hyundai sales, used car sales, car loans, and auto financing. Certified Ford Hyundai Auto Service Department, full selection of Ford Hyundai auto parts and aftermarket accessories. Come on out to Brenham, Texas, and find out why Apple Ford Hyundai has been named the best kept secret in Brazos Valley. They're located at 1820 Highway 290 West in Brenham, Texas. You can dial their toll-free number at 888-898-6095. There's even an internet sales division. Simply go to www.appleford.com. Apple Ford Hyundai of Brenham, Texas. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Prince. I hope that you remember that you can listen to Prairie View Athletics live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Each and every time they fire up, especially in the baseball season, you can listen exclusively right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We do bring you some football coverage, some non-conference basketball, soccer, volleyball, softball, even do a little touch of bowling from now and then. And don't forget the Willie Simmons Show, which will be kicking off here real soon. In fact, the spring football campaign started off on the 21st, which was actually Monday. They met Monday, got on the grind yesterday, and they got some things all scheduled out and ready to go. The Purple and Gold game will be on April the 16th, I believe, at 4 p.m., at Waller Independent School District football stadium. So go ahead and check it out. Keep up with everything that's going on with Coach Shotgun Simmons right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the Sports Report, and, of course, right here on the Mike Prince Show. Now, speaking of the basketball situation for the Panthers on the Hill, congratulations once again to Coach Byron Smith. Byron Smith had the interim tag removed from him, and he is now the official head coach from the men's side, and he's come in, hit the ground running as he is making his recruiting assessments and things of that nature to get the team back on the right track, if you will. Did a great job taking over the team in the waning parts of this 2016 campaign, and did enough impact and enough impressions where he was awarded the opportunity to lead this team in a full capacity. So he, along with his coaching staff, Mr. Bussey, and of course Mr. Call him my West Side homie, Curry. I'm sorry, Mr. Curry. They will get together to continue to build on the Panther basketball brand. Meanwhile, on the Diamond side of things, the women's softball, led by Coach Vernon Bland, they are in somewhat of a skid right now, but they're working their way out on that as they get ready for the SWAC play. Had a rough time at Alabama State, but they'll get a chance to regroup and get things on the way. And, of course, the men's baseball Diamond, the Panthers had a rough time this past weekend at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Arkansas Pine Bluff pulled off the sweep. The defending West champions were victorious over the Panthers in a total of 3 games, score 44-2. Panthers were run ruled the 3 games against Arkansas Pine Bluff. They lost game 1 11-1, lost game 2 12-0, and lost game 3 22-1, or is it 21-1? One of the 21-1. And so it was a rough weekend. The Panthers played Sam Houston Bearcats last night in Sam Houston at Don Sanders Stadium, and the Panthers lost the score of 16-5, but that is not really a good indication of the performance of the Panthers. They gave up 12 runs in the first inning of last night's game. 12 runs off of 9 hits. 16 batters came to the plate in inning number 1. And at the end of the first inning, it was 12-0. Panthers came back, got 2 runs in the second inning, 3 runs in the third inning to make it 12-5, and had some great pitching out of relief, out of the bullpen by Charles Philpott. Charles Philpott pitched 6 quality innings on last night and kept it close for the Panthers, but they had such a deep hole to try to overcome that they could not make that happen. So the Panthers end up losing by the score of 16-5, but there were a lot of good things to come out of that. Another great story out of that right now is a young man by the name of Shannon Washington. Shannon Washington is literally on fire right now as he is hitting the ball with authority. He is a designated hitter for the Panthers. When he's not designated in, he plays a little bit of first base from time to time. But Shannon Washington has been on fire, and hopefully Washington and the Panthers can regroup and refocus on some things as they'll put on their traveling shoes to head down to Grambling this weekend. They'll take on Grambling with a 3-game series starting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yes, they will play on Easter Sunday, and they will get a chance to see how they can rebound and refocus on some things to get back into some winning ways. The Panthers are 3-5 right now in the Southwestern Athletic Conference as far as the baseball results and everything. Some looking at the schedules for the Panthers here coming up. As we mentioned, they're going to be playing the Grambling State Tigers on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is going to be a critical, and I do mean critical, 3-game series, because the Panthers will have to make sure that they can keep pace and make sure that they can do everything that they need to do to keep in the thick of things, because the West is still a doable and viable reality for the Panthers. I know it seems far-fetched, and it seems like, you're being a homer, Prince. No, I'm not being a homer. I'm being a realist to really let you know how things can go. Because even though right now the Panthers are technically in the last spot from the Western Division, they're 3-5, but Grambling and Arkansas Pine Bluff sit at top at 4-2. So what the Panthers can come in and take care of business, they can flip-flop with Grambling with this series coming up. We saw it happen with Arkansas Pine Bluff. Arkansas Pine Bluff sits in at 4-2. They came in with a 1-3 record, 1-2 record. They ended up taking care of the Panthers with 3 games, and they're jumped right back up into the thick of things. So it can all change within a matter of a series, literally. So we'll give you the standings for SWAC baseball, starting off in the East. Alabama State is sitting on top of the throne right now over all SWAC schools. They're 6-0 in conference play, 13-10 overall. Alabama A&M is at 3-2 in the East. They're 5-17 overall. Alcorn State is at 3-3. They're 4-14 overall. Mississippi Valley is at 2-6. They're 4-14 overall. And Jackson State is 0-3 in conference, 9-10 overall. On the west side, Grambling sits at 4-2. They're 6-12 overall. Arkansas Pine Bluff, as we mentioned, at 4-2. They're 4-15 overall. Texas Southern is at a 4-5 record, which qualifies them for third place. They're 8-13 overall. And you have Southern Jaguars. They're 2-3 in conference. They're 6-11 overall. And then the Panthers are 3-5, and they have a typo. They are 6-13 overall. They had them at 7-12, but they're 6-13 overall throughout their conference and their non-conference schedule. So there's a lot of baseball to be played, and there's going to be some critical games coming up. As we mentioned, Prairie View will be doing battle with the Grambling State Tigers. You'll have Alabama A&M and Jackson State doing battle. Mississippi Valley will play Lipscomb in Nashville, Tennessee on this weekend. Alabama State and Alcorn State will get together, and then Southern will take on Arkansas Pine Bluff. So you look at all this and what the could-be's and would-be's. So there'll be some scoreboard watching right now as we're just about to wrap up this first half of the baseball season. And Coach Antoine Riggins and his coaching staff, Coach Brian White and Mr. Terry Burrell, along with Joe Bennis, putting things together, regrouping, retooling, and refining some things. And they're making sure that everybody can kind of get their acts together, if you will, so they can continue on to fight the good fight. So the Panthers will be at Grambling this weekend, and you can listen to every pitch exclusively right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Go to our website at OBN-Radio.com. You can go to the Broadcast Live page. Look for a red button that says Central. Those are the smartphone apps. If you're using your smartphone, all you have to do is click on that button, and when you see the red Live Now access, click there, and you should hear the broadcast. If you're at your computer, there will be a player to the left side of you that will be lit up with a green button that says Live. And if all else fails, you can't get either one of those, you can dial a number and listen from any phone line in the country. It is 724-444-7444. Enter code 46493, and you'll be able to listen to the game throughout its entirety. It's that simple. The Open Mic Broadcast Network is the station designed with you in mind, and we are the voice of student athletics. We're going to take us another break, and when we come back, we'll come with our final segment of this week's show. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Serving the community through faith and athletics is the saying that we live by here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We are excited to announce that the Open Mic Broadcast Network can be heard now at 87.9 FM. That's right, you can now enjoy the sports report and our live game coverage at 87.9 FM. If you're outside our tower's range, remember you can still tune in at KTORradio.com. The station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. Hello, this is Mike Prince, the host of the Mike Prince Show, featured right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Just wanted to share with you that we have our app available where you can go and download it at Google Play absolutely free. You'll never miss another show. You can catch up with old archives, and you can pass it on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The Mike Prince Show app available at Google Play absolutely free. Talk that makes sense. The Mike Prince Show, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Has your vehicle been giving you the blues? Contact our good friends at Larry's Automotive at 30540-FM1488 in the Field Store area. Now 936-931-5566. It's a new year, and that means tax season is here. And Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals. The Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your need. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, dial 936-857-9566. Well, what do you know? We've come to our final segment. And as the old saying goes, time truly flies when you're having fun. I'm Dr. Michael Prince. You've been listening to the Mike Prince Show. And what we try to do here is give you the insights of the world as I guess I see it. What do you know? Nothing too heavy that make you go like, oh my God, is the world coming to an end? But no, something to make you think, something to make you move around, something to make you go, The things that make you go, Well, want to remind you that the Open Mic Broadcast Network is dedicated to serving the community of Prairie View and beyond. We want to extend a congratulations to Vashon High Wolverines, my alma mater back in St. Louis, for winning the state basketball championship, as they were known to be get ready to roll. And the important and the beauty behind this is the legacy that started this was Floyd Irons, and the legacy that reconnected the championship was the descendant of Floyd Irons, his son. As his first year coaching the Vashon Wolverines, he led them to the promised land, and congratulations to the Wolverines and to St. Louis. You know, everybody has their struggles, everybody has their demons, but sometimes you can overcome those things, and in most times you can overcome those things if you just keep your foot on the grind and your mind on your business. And no matter who's stacked up against you, it does not matter if you know whose you are. It's not important on who you are in most cases, but whose you are. When you can understand that and define that, you're ready to roll, and no one can stop you. I want to remind you that when you see a problem and you don't come with a solution, then you're part of that problem. You have a chance to change your life and others around you. Make the most of every opportunity. If you're going to be guilty of anything, be guilty of doing your best. It's not about whether you are the best, as long as you do your best. And I have a little simple motto: I might not be the best, but when I do my best, God is pleased. And when God is pleased, nothing else really matters. So whatever you do, don't cheat yourself, don't cheat your loved ones, don't cheat your family. And whatever you do, always do it to excellence. I'm Dr. Michael Prince. Remember that you can follow Panthers baseball exclusively right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Those of you who are registered voters within the Prairie View city limits in particular, yes, I'm being biased because I'm running for mayor for the city of Prairie View, and I would love your vote, and I would love the opportunity to serve you even further as I've done these past 20-plus years. I've served this community in some aspect or another, and I would love to be able to have the opportunity to lead and serve this community and help change the face of the very Prairie View as you know it now. Remember, you can visit my personal website at michaelprinceformayor.com. That is Michael Prince, MICHAELPRINCE, the number 4, mayor.com. Go ahead and visit that site, check out what we stand about and what we're all about, and then you get a chance to let your voice be heard. Maybe you're listening and you feel like that, man, I would like to vote for you, Mike, but I can't. But you could contribute to our campaign. I don't have to tell you that stuff costs. And shade from a toothpick beats nothing at all. We have an invite, we have an invite link. We have a PayPal link on the site at michaelprinceformayor.com. michaelprinceformayor.com. Make your contribution today to help us carry out this message and this vision. We have a Meet the Candidates forum today at 1 p.m., so I'll be going there to get strapped and ready to go. April the 9th, we'll have a gavel series on the campus of Prairie View. We get a chance to meet and do it all over again so the people can make a conscious decision on who they're voting for. As I mentioned earlier, you have 4 options, but there's only one choice, and that's yours truly, Dr. Michael W. Prince for mayor. My time is up, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. We'll see you on the other side. Peace.